Okay, my name is Mike Clark. I'm the CFO of Alexco Resource Corp. For those not familiar with Alexco, we have the KENO Hill Silver District in the Yukon Territory. We are listed on the TSX under the symbol AXR and on the NYSE MKT under the symbol AXU. Here's the usual cautionary statement, as I'll be making some forward-looking statements about where we're headed. So here are the key fundamentals of Alexco. We're high-grade silver. Our production grade is about 843 grams per ton, and our resource grade is 600 grams per ton, so some of the highest in the world. We are in a safe jurisdiction. We're up in the Yukon. We have a mine. We're on the cusp of a development decision. We're about to embark on an underground exploration program, advanced, at the Birmingham deposit, slated to start in August, and then to be followed by the Flame and Moth decline. We have competitive all-in sustaining costs. We've just announced, recently put out a new PEA with robust economics, even at these price levels. We have a proven exploration performance. We've successfully done exploration programs year over year, adding to our resource base. And we're in a strong cash position. We have no debt, and we are just completing financing for up to $9 million that should be closed by tomorrow. And finally, we're leveraged to the price of silver, as well as the foreign exchange rate between Canada and the U.S. So we control one of the richest silver districts in the world. The KENO, we have 233 kilometer land position. This district was in production in the early 1900s and all the way up to the late 1980s. In 2006, we acquired this land package, and we put the KENO deposit back into production for a few years, where we produced about 2 million ounces of silver a year at average grades of 750 grams per ton, and another 16 million pounds of lead con and 8 million pounds of zinc con. It's worth also noting that historically this district produced over 217 million ounces of silver at average head grade of 44 ounces per ton, or 1,360 grams per ton silver. So the new mine plan when we move forward is to go with these 4 different deposits, KENO to start, and then the Flame and Moth and Birmingham and Lucky Queen deposits as well, which will produce an average of 3.5 million ounces of silver per year at an average grade of 843 grams per ton silver. So we wouldn't be here without our exploration success. We started with nothing. We've added about 68 million ounces of indicated silver resource, and there's another 22 million ounces in inferred and historical categories. So this year we have planned a $3 million surface exploration program, and in addition to that, we're going to do a $2 million underground exploration program at the Birmingham deposit. So these are some of the key highlights of our mine plan moving forward. It's 1 million tons at 843 grams per ton silver, 3.3% lead, and 4.2% zinc. And so moving forward, we'll have a combination of the 4 deposits going back into production at 400 tons per day. You can see the grades and the tonnage for each of those. KENO will basically rebed the mill at the beginning, and then Flame and Moth will be the underpinning of the project, doing about 260 tons per day, followed by Birmingham being the grade driver of the resource, as well as de-risking the project, and that'll do about 140 tons per day. And then finally, the Lucky Queen deposit will come in at the end. So these are some of the metrics from the PEA. It has an 8-year mine life at an average grade of about 843 grams per ton. So it'll do about 3.5 million ounces a year of silver production. MPV at about a $19 long-term silver price is about $79 million and about a 75% IRR. The all-in sustaining cost is around $13.51. So here's a quick schematic of the Flame and Moth deposit. Of the resource, there is, in the mine plan is included about 683 tons at an average grade of 666 grams per ton silver. And as you can see the portal we established last year in the top left-hand corner. So what's left is to drive a 965 meter decline, which will cost about $10 million and take about 8 months to complete. The deposit is relatively predictable and continuous, and located right below the mill. Here's a schematic of the Birmingham deposit. It is in the mine plan is included 220,000 tons at an average grade of 1,276 grams per ton silver. And we'll be driving. It's about 160 meters below surface, and we'll be driving a decline for about 650 meters, which will take about 5 months to complete and cost about $4 million. So here's the schedule for 2017-18. As you can see, we're going to start at the Birmingham deposit. We're going to drive an underground decline, and then we will do an underground drill program. The underground drill program will take us out to about March 2018. And as we complete the underground decline in about November, December, we'll have the decision of going underground and driving the development decline for the Flame and Moth deposit. With all this being done, we could be at mill startup in the middle of 2018. So here's a quick analysis of the production each year. The first year two has about 4 months of production, with the first full year of production being in year two. And that'll be upwards of about 5 million ounces of silver at about 1.1 kilograms per ton grade. And then you'll notice in year 7 it comes off a little bit, and that's just simply as we transition out of the Birmingham deposit and bring the Lucky Queen deposit online. So this year, in about a week or so, we plan to start our exploration program. We'll be doing 12,000 meters at a cost of about $3 million. And we'll be looking for structuralized, mineralized targets in the Birmingham vicinity. And so the next couple slides just compare us to some of our peers. This compares the production grade and the mineral measured and indicated resource grade. And as you can see, we lead the way with our 843 gram per ton production grade and our 600 gram per ton resource. This analyzes the all-in sustaining costs amongst our peers. We kind of find ourselves in the middle of the pack at about $12 for the first 3 years of production. We also include, that little highlighted section is the surface exploration and corporate G&A, as not all companies include that. And at an enterprise value of over measured and indicated resource, we find ourselves with about a 3 times multiple, and we think we're under leveraged compared to our peers who have an average of about 9 times multiple. And then there's our environmental business, which continues to chug along. 2016 revenue was about $11 million with a margin of about 25%. We have some key signature projects: the Globeville smelter cleanup in Colorado, the Gold King mine with the EPA in Colorado, and then the Keno Hill historical cleanup for the federal government of Canada, which has over $100 million of backlog. Financially, we're in a strong position. At March 31st, we had about $20 million of unrestricted cash and another $7 million of restricted cash, and working capital about $23.5 million. And then by tomorrow, we should be closing our recently announced financing for up to $9 million. So in the recent past, we've achieved some significant milestones. We renegotiated the Silver Wheaton stream. We've filed and updated our PEA, and so the pathway back to production is pretty simple. We need to continue with equipment and mill preparation, which is in progress. We need to drive the Birmingham underground decline and complete the underground drill program, which is slated to start in August. We're going to complete a pre-feasibility level study, which will incorporate some of the results from the Birmingham underground program, and then driving of the Flame and Moth decline. And so with that and the mill commissioning and mill startup, we should be in a good position middle of 2018. So in order to achieve this, there's a few permits that we still require. We got a Class 4 amendment permit for the underground exploration program at Birmingham, which we expect by August. And then there's the amended water use license permit at the Flame and Moth deposit, which we're actually at a hearing today in the Yukon, and we expect that in about 4 to 6 weeks. And then the final permit for the Birmingham deposit would be the amended quartz mining license and the amended water use license, which we'll apply for as soon as we receive the amended Class 4 permit, which we expect to take about a year in total. So that's kind of the conclusion of the presentation. I've highlighted the list of key attributes of the company. Now I'll take any questions if you have them. Okay, thank you very much.